going to be making the next part of the meal, a nice arugula salad and a nice cheese dip.
Okay, so Caroline's going to be making the salad first for us, but I have pre-set this oven. It's a small oven, portable for this location, but to broil. So it's going to be heating up before I put the dip in later. So Caroline, you want to get us started?
Yeah. All right, so we're going to start on the salad. This is a nice arugula salad with a lemon balsamic dressing. You can just grab any kind of lettuce if you don't have arugula. We have a nice spring mix today with a whole lot of different types of lettuce and greens and stuff. So yeah.
Add some color.
This is pre-washed, so you don't need to wash it, but if it doesn't say pre-washed, you're going to want to rinse it, just get all the dirt and any leftover pesticides off.
And you can just pat that dry on some paper towels.
Yeah. And just kind of look through it real quick and make sure there are no icky pieces.
This one looks pretty good.
Yeah, this looks really nice and fresh. Okay, so next what you're going to want to do is prepare the vegetables. With this kind of salad, it's really simple. So you can basically add any type of vegetable, tomatoes, carrots, cucumbers, whatever.
Red peppers, anything.
Yeah, totally. Today though, we're just gonna add tomatoes.
And these are pre-washed as well, and they're just baby tomatoes.
Yeah. We're gonna want about a half cup, but you can add more to taste, whatever you like. Jenna, do you want to get started chopping?
Sure. So we're just gonna take these and cut them like so. So you want to make sure that you don't squish down on the tomato too much. And that can happen if your knife isn't sharp enough, so make sure you got a nice sharp knife. And you're just gonna cut them in these vertical little things and halving them. Just makes it easier to eat, and it looks nice in the salad.
But Jenna and I really like tomatoes, so we're gonna throw about half of them into the salad right now and toss it, and then save the other half for later so we can kind of top it so it looks really nice when we present it to our guests.
So we're just gonna take these two little wooden spoon things and give it a little toss. Alright, what's next?
Alright, so next we're going to work on the dressing.
Okay.
This is just a simple balsamic vinaigrette, but it's really tasty. Balsamic vinaigrettes are really nice because they have a whole lot of flavor, but they're still really light. They don't mask that much of the salad
They're not the
flavor.
thick, creamy salad dressing that you can find sometimes. I like it because it's nice and thin.
Yeah. So what you're going to do is add about a quarter cup of olive oil.
Okay.
And then you can just kind of eyeball about 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinaigrette.
And cater to your needs. If your family prefers to have less balsamic, then add less, but if you like more, just keep on adding it. And you can always take less of the salad dressing and put only part of it in the actual salad and then have the rest on the side, just in case some people don't like the dressing as much.
And then we're just gonna whisk this a little bit. All right, and then we're just gonna put that to the side because we're not quite done with our dressing. We're gonna zest a lemon and add that.
Okay.
So you're just gonna wanna zest the whole lemon. Sure. Make sure you do it. Get all you can, but don't get this nasty white part because that's a little sour.
Okay, so we've got this lemon here, so we're just gonna add that to the dressing.
Awesome. And then you just want to whisk it again. add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I would say about a quarter teaspoon of salt and maybe like 5 or 6 twists of pepper. Arugula is pretty peppery already, so definitely if you're using that, you might want to lay off of the pepper, but if you're not, add a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, so next, you just want to pour it all in your salad and toss it.
Okay. Ooh, I can smell the balsamic and it's so yummy.
Oh my gosh. And if you ever want to try a different kind of salad, balsamic vinaigrettes are the way to go. So just don't add the lemon juice, don't add the lemon zest, but add some other spices.
Yeah, another way you can use is add a little bit of Dijon mustard. That'll give it a little bit more potent flavor. But the lemon's always nice and fresh for the summer, especially.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
I'm gonna grab the bowl.
Yeah, that's nice and tossed. So we're gonna put it in a nicer bowl so we can serve it to our guests. You do that.
Okay. Perfect. It's nice.
Yep. And then just grab your leftover tomatoes and sprinkle them on top.
And then we are also going to take just a little bit of Parmesan cheese and grate some of that on top for a little bit more flavor.
Oh my gosh. And that's just so good with balsamic.
Another type of cheese, you can really use whatever you want, but goat cheese would go really well in this salad, but we personally like the just classic Parmesan.
Yeah. And the Parmesan is also in our dip up next, so the flavors really complement each other.
Exactly. Okay, that looks good.
Oh my gosh.
And let's give a little show. So, look how pretty that is, all the colors, especially with those tomatoes on top and a little bit of white with the cheese. Should we give it a taste?
Yeah. It's all you.
Thank you.
Grab us some stuff.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
You really get a nice flavor from the lemon zest. I personally love it.
Definitely.
Really, really good. Okay.
That
So-
was easy enough.
Now we are gonna get started on our dip. So let's move all these items away.
Okay.
Like I said, I've already preheated this little mini oven here for us to broil, because while we're doing it's really melting the cheese. But we're gonna take this medium bowl, and here we have just some nice ricotta cheese. And you can use any type of ricotta. This is just made with whole milk, so regular ricotta. But you can use low fat if you're dieting or if you just prefer the taste. It will all taste the same pretty much. But depending on your grocery store, this one is a 32-ounce cup of it, but a lot of places will just have 15 ounces. So get 2 of those and just stick them in. In this case, we're just gonna add almost all of it because you only need about 30 ounces of the ricotta cheese. So if you want to pass me this spoon.
Okay. This is how ricotta always looks.
Okay, so here we have just about 30 ounces of the ricotta in here. It's a very creamy cheese. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, now we're gonna chop up some of our herbs. So I'll just set to this to the side. Here we have some curly parsley. You can use the curly parsley or you can also use flat leaf. They all pretty much taste the same. It's just whatever's at your local grocery store. So we're gonna need about a quarter cup of this. So Caroline, do you wanna help me get some of these leaves off?
I would love to. Try to avoid picking the stem with the leaves because the stem will just make it take longer to cook.
Now I'm just gonna give this a nice rough chop. You don't want to make it too fine because you want to be able to see the green color within the cheese, but you don't want just huge chunks of parsley in it. And Caroline, if you don't mind, would you grab the quarter cup here and then we're going to measure it after I chop it more.
That's almost a perfect quarter cup.
Yeah, we'll just add a little bit of extra, not going to hurt it.
Yeah.
so now we're gonna take some thyme. So here, it's on these little sticks basically, and we wanna make sure specifically that we do not get these sticks in because they're very bitter. So here, Caroline, a cool way that we can get these off a little bit quicker is if you take it by the stem and you go from the top and you take your fingernails and you pull it down the bottom. It just like reverses the way that the little sprigs are coming out of the wooden part, and it's easier to get it off.
That's really easy. That thyme smells so good.
Yeah, I can smell it all on my fingers. Okay. Next, we're gonna just take some red pepper flakes, and we need about a 1/4 teaspoon of these. Caroline and I actually prefer it to be a little bit spicy, so we might add a little bit extra, but definitely cater to your family or who your hosting's needs if you think that they might not like it as spicy. You could also just not even add red pepper flakes. It's really whatever you prefer. But we're gonna add just a little bit more. Perfect. We're also gonna add some garlic powder. And once again, if you don't like garlic powder, don't add it. If you want a little bit, add a little. Or if you don't want to add any at all, you don't have to. And you can add more. We're gonna add about a 1/2 teaspoon. Oh my God, smell that.
It smells so
Smells
good.
so good.
That's gonna go great with the thyme.
Perfect. And that garlic aroma is gonna be throughout your entire house. Okay, now why don't you take that bowl and set it to the side.
All right.
So, next we're gonna make our grated Parmesan cheese. We can use the same cheese that we used for the salad. So we're just gonna take this bigger side edge and grate it down. And we're gonna use about a full cup of this grated Parmesan. And I would say put about 3/4 of a cup into the mixture when we mix it. And then we're gonna put the other 1/4 of a cup on top, and it'll get a little brown crusty on top, and it'll just taste good. So here we've got about a 1/4 cup of the cheese that we're just gonna stick on the top of the mixture. Caroline, you wanna get a spoon right there and just start mixing it up. Okay. So this dip is good for anything. You can do it before a meal just as an appetizer on the table, or you can put it by the TV and stuff if you're eating food there and listening to music. It's whatever you want. And you wanna make sure that you have an oven safe bowl, and you can just serve it right in here.
All right, that's all mixed up. Let's put it on in.
Perfect. Okay, so we're also just gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper, just to taste again. Grabbing that olive oil.
And that'll just help it brown on up.
Exactly. Let me just give it a little more flavor. Try to get every little corner of it. Perfect. Then we're going to take our last bits of the cheese. Okay, that looks all set. So we're just gonna stick that in the oven for around 3 to 5 minutes, but you can put it in longer if your oven isn't as hot as it should be, or you can put it in less if you think that you don't want it to get too burnt. But the goal is really just to get the cheese melted, especially like the Parmesan cheese on top, because that's really what's gonna melt more than the ricotta, but just to get it warm all the way through. So we're just gonna stick that in. And you can see like the oil has gotten mixed in with the cheese, and we took it out a little bit earlier so the cheese wouldn't get burnt, but you could keep it in if you want it to be a little bit more of a brownie crust. So now we're just going to take some just store-bought pita chips, Any brand is fine. You can even get flavored ones if you want, like herbs or garlic, but we just have the classic sea salt. You can also make homemade pita chips if you'd like, and all you have to do for that is take some regular pita bread, chop them up into any shape that you like, and drizzle some olive oil on it, and add a little bit of salt and whatever flavors that you want to add, and just stick it into the oven and then let them crisp up. Also, if you're looking for a healthy alternative option, you can just take endive, which is a type of lettuce and has a little bit of a bittery taste to it, and you can use the dip with that. So here you go. You want to give it a try? Nice.
All right. Oh wow, this is really melty.
Yeah. It's all that Parmesan cheese in it. Probably pretty hot. Don't forget that you need to use a towel or oven mitts to get it out of the oven because it's going to be burning hot.
That is good.
That's really good. Thank you for watching Klutz Kitchen. Once again, I'm Jenna.
And I'm Caroline.
See you next time.
Thanks.